I'm Sensei Alex Kakuyo, North American contributor for Buddhist Global. Thanks for joining me for this episode of The Ordinary Buddhist. The title of today's Dharma talk is Rain Boots and Puddles. Before we get into that, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified when I post talks in the future. If you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, that'd be great too. When I first started working here on the homestead, something fascinating happened. Something that you would never expect. Every now and then, it would rain. And it wouldn't rain just a little bit. Sometimes we get rain for days on end, to the point where there are small ponds and rivers running through the property. The ground gets soggy and filled with mud. It also gets covered in puddles. When I first started working outside here on the homestead, feeding the animals, making repairs, etc., I would do my best to step gingerly around the puddles, and that worked about as well as you would expect. Usually I either stepped into a bigger one by mistake, or the piece of ground that I thought was dry was actually just a soggy, muddy mess. The end result being that I ruined several pairs of tennis shoes. My socks were always soaked. It wasn't the worst experience in the world. It was actually a bit fun at times, but it created a lot of unnecessary work when I came back into the house and I tried not to track mud all over the floors. Eventually, I got smart and I purchased a pair of rain boots. Some of you might know them as rubber galoshes. Basically just rubber boots, nothing fancy. You slip your feet in them and they stay dry, no matter how wet it gets outside. And then life got simple. I could walk in the puddles, I could walk around the puddles, it didn't matter. Even if there were several inches of water where I was standing, the rain boots were enough to keep me dry. So the problem wasn't the rain. It wasn't even necessarily the puddle. The problem was the fact that I was wearing the wrong equipment on my feet. When I wore the correct equipment, rain boots, not tennis shoes, suddenly life became much simpler. This goes back to a teaching that was given by the ancient Buddhist teacher and philosopher Nagarjuna, who said that some people try to cover the world in leather. Other people just wear shoes. And what he was saying is that when we go through day-to-day life, we can try to manipulate the world into acting in such a way that it never causes us harm, or we can clothe ourselves spiritually in the teachings of the Dharma so that no matter where we go, we are prepared for whatever comes our way. Similarly, to stick with present-day experience, I could try to figure out a way to ensure that there was never any mud or any puddles here on the property. Maybe I could figure that out, probably not. But the smarter thing to do, in my opinion, and probably in Nagarjuna's, is just to wear the rain boots. So that's what I do. Sadly, as human beings, oftentimes we cause ourselves unnecessary suffering, but because we have the wrong expectations, because we wear the wrong equipment, either literally or metaphorically, in day-to-day life. We can go through life expecting that there will be no traffic jams, or maybe we put some entertainment in the car, an audiobook or a favorite podcast, a radio station we enjoy. So when we get stuck in the inevitable traffic jam, it doesn't bother us so much. We can go through life expecting that no one will ever say anything mean and nasty to us, that the cashier will never screw up our order. Good luck with that. Or We can practice Buddhist teachings like loving kindness, like compassion, like non-attachment, so that when people say mean and nasty things to us, when the cashier screws up our order, because they will, we are wearing the proper equipment, the rain boots needed in that situation to ensure we do not cause unnecessary harm to ourselves or to others. We don't need to get rid of the puddles in our lives. We just need to wear a different type of shoe. Amitabha.